Hello everyone, my name is Barrett Jensen. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about flight operations with our fictitious company. To start off, I want to talk about some utilization strategies and some benefits from those strategies. The biggest one that I think our company needs to focus on is transporting the key employees. There's so many different benefits that we can have, and that's going to be the main use of our company is transporting that COO and the CEO to different locations. But I think that's the biggest utilization strategy that we need to focus on with this company. And some of the benefits that it brings us is exploring new locations, new markets. You can go to different parts of the country, different parts of the world that you don't have any part of your corporation established in yet. And you can start making relationships with them and maybe establish a new location there. And another benefit is employee relation improvement. If you go into these locations that you already have, you can go there and show your employees that you care about them and start to develop personal relationships with these employees and just make sure everything is running how it should be at these different locations. And the last benefit that it could bring is customer relationships. Customer relationships. You can improve those relationships with the customers when you are going to those locations that you already have. By showing the customers that you care about how things are being handled with them, and you're trying to make that relationship with them, make it known to them that you care about them, they're going to want to come back and use your company. And then the topic that I chose from the textbook this week is operations, the category I chose is operations, because I think that's one of the most important things that any aviation business needs to establish going into this business. So the first thing I think is important is it must establish operation control. Who's going to be deciding what with scheduling, who's going to be flying when, the maintenance stuff like that, costs, everything like that. You have to have someone doing that. Otherwise, your whole operation is just going to fall apart. And then setting limits. Obviously, we have the FAA, the FARs, regulations, the general regulations that set some of the limits for everyone in aviation. But like I said, it's general. So it's better to just deep dive and do specifics for your aircraft, for your flight crew. Set those limits to make it safer for your flight crew and your passengers. And then flight crew, like I was saying about the flight crew, who's gonna be flying when? How many pilots are you gonna have? Are you gonna have any stewardess? What are their duty limits gonna be? Stuff like that. I think that's very important to establish, especially with I'm safe for the pilots because they need a certain amount of rest and and then the last but not least is pre-flight checklist, in-flight checklist, stuff like that. I think you need to make those specific to your aircraft. What needs to be checked when, who's going to be there to check it, who's responsible for that, stuff like that. And then the Bible verse that I chose today was Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. And it reads, "Two are better than one because they have a good return. They have a good return for their labor." Sorry about that. But yeah, I chose this because I feel like the theme, at least for my presentation this week, is teamwork. It's very important to work together to make everything safer in aviation business and aviation in general. You have to utilize your crew because the ultimate goal is to travel with safety and to land the plane with everyone on board with their lives intact. So it's better to use two minds than one mind. Thank you very much.